Okay, so I would have uploaded this yesterday, but I'm an idiot and I left my iPad at the library. And spoilers, I went to the library yesterday because a whole slew of Interloan library books came in. So much so that I had to change my account from a fine free one to a whatever you call the other one because it's not a fine free account. But it's easy. It's easy. It's better now. I guess that's how you'd say it. My point is that spit it out. Point is, is that if I have something because it's a movie, I got two movies, and those next Monday, well, because I went yesterday, will be I'm sorry, I can't think of words. Like I get into this mode where my brain shuts off completely. Um, when they're due, I don't get fined because of the whole COVID thing. That's all I needed to say. But my brain doesn't like to work. But yeah, that's it. I guess. Oh, so I had to change my account to that so I could take out all of them at once. And I'll bet you any money that by Friday there'll be more coming in. I won't be able to go until Saturday at the very least. But I also be doing a mini reading recommendations, but one of them is technically in here. That reminded me. So let's do this. Berserk. I did not expect it to be this small. In fact, one of the ones that's coming up, I thought it would be Berserk. You see it in at a comic book store. There's a deluxe edition of this book. They only had this in the Interloan library. That's where it is. The thing is so big on it. I've heard this series is really good, and I've recently very slowly been getting into manga, and they want something that I haven't heard much about it, but I hope it's not I hope it's Alita Battle Angel manga and not hentai manga, which I don't think it will be. It's more of an action book than a sexy book. There's probably sexual stuff in it, I'll bet, but sure it's not that bad. Anyways, Beast Boy. There's a few I haven't read a little bit of. I'm almost done with this one because I had this one last week. You guys know about this one. That's right too. That one's pretty good so far. There's a lot of things in it that we'll go over. Let me read it. This one is a little slow so far, but there's this is the one by Darwin Cook, not the one that reminds me I got to put Interloan libraries because now I have the iPad. So this one, there's a story by Darwin Cook, and then after that it's Ed Brubaker. I'm on the Darwin Cook one. It's all right. It's a little slow, and I hope his New Frontier isn't anything like Catwoman. It's much better, it's reviewed higher on Goodreads. Manhattan's Project. I think this might have been one I checked out before. I'm giving a second chance, but I thought it was Multiversity, which is very hard because it's hard to tell the difference. I'm sorry if you've been talking downstairs, but they have the same cover. Not the same cover, but it looks about the same. And I think they're both by the same publisher too, Image. And this isn't a $10 volume 1, which is kind of weird. Image, along with every first issue being free after a while on Kindle Comixology, their app, all that stuff. They don't have an app anymore. I don't know why. It pisses me off because I can't get those unless I buy them on my mom's account. And she's gonna get email notifications because of that. And it's gonna be great. And then buy. Quote unquote. So I don't know if I read. Maybe I've read both. I don't know. But this is good so far. I'm glad I gave it a second chance. This one you already saw. That one's getting much better. This one I was so excited to get, along with a lot of the others. Okay, there's one coming up that I was very disappointed with. Batgirl Volume 4, Wanted. One more of Gail Simone's and then I'll be done with Batgirl, New 52. Although after that, I don't think it's technically New 52 anymore. I don't know what they did after New 52 and before Rebirth. It was a weird time. Birthright. Well, I didn't get this instead of the other one, although I haven't read that one yet. This one is just, I don't know. I feel like what they're doing for the first issue, it was definitely different than what I thought. I thought it'd be a new origin story, a retelling of his origin story. And it skips from him being born to him all grown up, like how he is now. And I wasn't in love with the story they're telling. I'm not in love with the story they're telling so far. This one you already saw. Civil War 2. It's a lot better than I thought it'd be so far. And I got it because I liked their free comic book day one. And I was glad to see that there was only one issue beforehand, before the free comic book day one. So I wouldn't have to, so it wasn't the last one or whatever. It's good. It had a bit of a slow start for the first issue. But after it picked up, it was pretty good. I mean, this is not like an underrated classic or anything. And I do kind of recommend you read it if you just want to see how good it is, or how good it is. No, it's not that good. If you want to see how it is, get it at your library too, because this I could not believe I could not believe my eyes when I saw this price. It is $50 for the hardcover. Softcover is literally half off. Marvel is way too scummy with their pricing. Way too scummy. One that I was also glad to get, and I'm glad I didn't spend money on, because this would have been a lot of money, is Fight Club 3. Now, I'm going to be doing a reading recommendation for Fight Club 2, so I'm going to hold this one up, because if I get it out of my shelf, I might do a room tour pretty soon here, but you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. But I have the books like this, and a bunch of comics on the end like this, pushing them like this. I'm going to better off explaining it here, okay? So it's pushing like this, keeping it up. There's obviously more there. And if you take one out, it's very hard to put it back in without fearing that your comic, if you're not careful, it's gonna all tumble down and everything's gonna collapse, avalanche. It's happened before recently. If you're not careful, it happens. One that I'm glad I gave a second chance to, and I'm also glad that they have at the library the next few books of the interlibrary loans, and that's Fables. This has the first 10 issues of them. I'm not going to go through the issues on each and every one. They take too long. But there's a compendium out right now that's the first 44 issues and a few other issues sprinkled, like a few specials, annuals, that type of thing. And for 34 issues for $60 or $50, if I get it on Amazon, which I probably won't, it's not worth it. I'll just wait for the deluxe edition. I'll just wait for the other books to come in. So I gotta remember to put that in interlibrary loans too. And the final one you already saw was Walking Dead. I put the 14th one in, and they still haven't said anything about it not being there. Oh, there was things that went in there. No, not technically. So Fight Club 2, I found to be, well, it was not as good as I remember it being. It's still good, it's different enough. There's, like, certain things I didn't like they did this thing, like, it's definitely, the biggest downside, I'm just gonna stop stuttering, but biggest downside, I'm talking over myself, too, biggest downside, sorry, I keep saying that, is that, it's trying to be something it's not. It's trying to be super sophisticated, and, like you look at this, you read this book, and you get big brain, I guess, I don't know. Like you unlock all your brain power. Apparently, you only use 10% of our brain, and it's acting like by reading this book, you're gonna unlock that other 90%. They have they cover, for whatever reason, they have like a pills cover some of the dialogue, the word balloons, which I found to be really weird. Like, what's the point of that? I got the pills parts for the most part. I guess I got it. Like, the pills sort of made sense. But then there's like this little like heart thing. I don't know if it's like a candy or like it's like the little hearts you get for like Valentine's Day, like roses or something. Something red that looks like a heart, or something like that. And that was covering some of the dialogue. I don't get that part. Again, maybe it may need to have a big brain, high IQ. But I think it was just him trying to do something different, be all different and subtle, I guess. I don't know. It just came out as stupid. And he's also like, he gives a hand job to himself in this book, basically. Not literally, obviously. But he's like, he's talking to his, like, I guess it's spoilers, by the way. Halfway, about a little bit more than halfway. He says 12, it's 10 issues. I thought it was 12, but it's 10 issues for Fight Club 2. For Fight Club 3, it's going to be 3. It's going to be 12. But in the Fight Club 2, about over halfway, he breaks the fourth wall, and it's like him in a board meeting with a bunch of people, and one of the woman there is like saying, "Oh, he's so clever. He could say something," and like this, like, "Oh, too clever," or whatever. You have to read that. I wish I had it. I wish I had grabbed it, but I'm not gonna go through that. Try to find it, end up not finding it, and do that all for nothing, just for that whole thing to claps. Yeah, I have retarded shelves. They're retarded shelves. Like, I said bookshelves, and they didn't listen. And there's a reason why I have the books the way they are. I'll go over all that when I do a room tour, which I think I should do now that I want to explain stuff. I'm not doing a good job of explaining it. It's gonna look stupid on when I'm watching it. Like, I'm like, ooh. But I'm trying to give like a... Because you guys, I'm sure you guys don't know the difference between this and this. And to be honest, if I was... No, I wouldn't say that, because I know the different words people use to differentiate. But yeah, Fight Club 2, it's just trying to be something it's not. But I still like it. It was quick. You know, I'd read about one issue, and half the time it takes me to read an issue for any other book. I think it was the same amount of pages. I think it was like 23 pages or more sometimes, maybe, I don't know. This Batman and Robin one I really liked. I'm going to be putting this one on interlibrary loans too. So I think I'm going to do is I'm going to keep them all out so I can remember better. Or I'll write them down on my phone or something. But this one, the only issue I didn't like was the first issue, and had the rest of the series been like that first issue of this is volume 2, by the way, I would have stopped reading it. But I liked everything after that. And I'm definitely glad I gave it a second chance, like with Batgirl and Fables and many, many others. And finally, Teen Titans. It's good. I'll probably get the next volume on interlibrary loans instead of buying it, because this was already $14.99. Or I can take advantage of the super big DC sale they're doing digitally. I think I would have hated digital even more if I had lost my iPad. That's a scary thought. Like, because what had happened is I'm going to do a visual representation. So I'm going to hold pretend my phone is the iPad, because obviously I can't do it with the iPad because I'm holding the iPad. I'm taking the video with it. So I was giving them stuff. I put it down on the table. They put everything else on the table. It's like, okay, here you go. Here's your book bag. Have fun reading them, yada, yada, yada. And then I left the iPad there on that table. I don't know why I didn't need to do a visual representation of that. Alright, I'm going to go because I'm just being weird right now. I don't like this. I don't like how this video is going.